Alright, I actually did not want to do a video today. I had a couple of weeks where I was extremely busy. I am really tired, it's pretty late at night, but some people ask me about how Malaysia is compared to Thailand and if I could actually make a video about that. And I want to say a few things about this. I've been here in Malaysia for 2 weeks now. A little over 2 weeks. In fact, yesterday has been 2 weeks. And so my experience is quite limited. Whereas in Thailand, I have been for 3 months. Okay. And in Malaysia here, my experience is limited as well because I only, as I said, I've been very busy for the past couple of weeks, ever since I arrived, in fact. And I didn't quite visit a lot of things. Yesterday, it's been the Chinese New Year, so I went in the city during the evening. It was nothing like I expected it to be, because I thought it's the same as, the New Year that that people celebrate in Europe or US or anywhere else in the world. But it was very, very different. It was not what I expected. However, I saw the city. I saw a little bit of the city. So my experience is limited. Take it with a grain of salt. I haven't yet visited much. I haven't yet gone too much out of my area, all right? But I do want to say both countries have very nice people, very friendly, helpful, incredible people. I've been invited, in fact, here in Malaysia to a wedding. So even though I don't have I haven't visited places and so on, I've been to the city and I actually been to a wedding. So I think that's a thing to consider. So people, Thailand and Malaysia, they're absolutely amazing. Very nice, very helpful. And guys, anyways, I'm not going to say bad things, incredibly bad things about the country that has welcomed me to visit it. I am fortunate that Thailand and Malaysia let me in, and they've let me experience their culture. They let me experience their food and their way of life and all that. So I bow my head down in gratefulness for this towards these countries and towards all of the countries that I've been to and visited. But there are a few categories which I want to touch upon. And the first one is food. It might be just the area where I live in. But first of all, everything closes very fast here, or like very early. Of course, there are some restaurants like, Western restaurants that close a little later at night, but I'm talking about street food. And it's not even street food, it's actually a place where I go and eat. It's Bangladeshi people and Indian people, so I eat there, and it's between some buildings right across the street, and they have like tables, plastic tables and plastic chairs, and they serve food. So that's kind of like street food, but it's not real street food, right? But they close down at 6 p.m., which that does not happen in Thailand. In Thailand, until 10 p.m., you can still go and eat. Again, I haven't been too much outside of this area, also in Thailand, and I haven't been outside of Pattaya too much. I've been a few days in Bangkok and a couple of days in Ayutthaya, about 2 hours north of Bangkok, or 1 hour. Uh, but yeah, obviously my experience is limited, but I'm telling you from what I've experienced. And that's a bad, like, that's not, I don't like that, in fact. And I did not know that I would not like it, but I don't. And there is a huge downside that I don't have a fridge here where I live. Even though, look, the view is absolutely gorgeous. It's absolutely amazing. But I do not have a view in this, a fridge in this apartment, which is a big downside. Trust me. And you don't know it until you don't have it. But I'm not complaining. I'm just comparing, and I'm just you know knowing that I could have options to have a fridge, but I don't. So that's a downside, because if I, everything closes at 6 and you don't have a fridge, if you want to eat a little later than 6, being it's very warm here, I mean, you can definitely do it. You can definitely order some, or like get some food, and it will be alright for 2 hours to stay in the apartment without a fridge. But you cannot have it for the next morning or something like that. That's one thing. But specifically about food, honestly, I think, or I don't think, the food that I experienced in Thailand was much healthier, and I'm being honest, more delicious as well. But you'd have much healthier options. Um, Here, like, honestly, I feel sick from time to time because of the food. It's a lot of fried things, a lot of sauces. Well, from Indian and Bangladesh people, and I don't get me wrong, I like them, but after 2 weeks, it's a little too much. Um, it doesn't feel as fresh. Yeah, so that's that. Food in Thailand, I think it's way healthier, and honestly more delicious as well. That's like, and it's pretty important when you come here. And like after 2 weeks, maybe for 2 weeks or like 10 days, doesn't really matter. But after that, yeah. Again, I might be wrong, and correct me if I'm wrong. As I said, I've just been in this area where I'm staying, but that's been my experience. And in regards to food, staying on the topic of food, man, like, I cannot find fruits here. It's insane. I cannot find fruits. And there's like a couple supermarkets here. In fact, I've been to a smaller supermarket here, and I asked the lady, "Hey, do you have bananas?" Like, no. I said I want fruits, and she pointed in the direction where the fruits were, and she saw me like, I think I was like, she saw me like dissatisfied or something like that. I probably said something in my own language, or like something like, "Man, like, I cannot find anything," or something like that. And she saw me, and she was like, "Oh, what are you searching? What are you searching?" I was like, "I'm searching for bananas." It's like, why bananas? But we have oranges. We have. I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but I wanna buy some bananas." "Why? But why do you want to buy bananas? Why do you want to buy bananas?" She keep on insisting. Well, I thought that was interesting, but yeah, I wanted to buy some bananas, and not that I'm a big fan of bananas, but I just wanted to get them for a few days. I couldn't find them anywhere, honestly. And the apples and like oranges, like they look like they were glorified. One orange or one apple wrapped in a lot of paper and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, and very like little variation. And it's the same goes with cheese. Well, I think the same goes with cheese in Thailand too, but yeah, very little variation. Obviously, I'm sure you can find fruits in Kuala Lumpur. I'm not saying that, but just where I'm at, and I'm not in a bad neighborhood of Kuala Lumpur. You know, I'm actually in a good spot. I couldn't find any. I cannot find any, and yeah, I actually ended up today ordering fruits with Grab. I never thought I would do that. It's the second time I'm ordering with Grab something using the app to order food, and I'm ordering fruits. So yeah, that's how it is about food. I think that's really, man, like that's a big one. That's a big one. Second, obviously, like this is a very developed country, Malaysia, or at least Kuala Lumpur, and from what I can see, it's extremely beautiful. If you're from a small city, as I am, where the highest building has 4 floors, well, then you definitely will be impressed to have a view from 41st floor. That's absolutely insane. Yeah, but it's normal here, from what I can see. But yeah, with this, Kuala Lumpur definitely is more has more of a city vibe than Pattaya. And not that this is good or bad. I'm just saying it's really developed here. It's incredibly developed, and yeah, I would say maybe it's more developed than Pattaya, specifically. Yeah, it looks amazing at night. Tall buildings. The city is beautiful. The city is beautiful. I'm not that much of a city person, but the city is absolutely beautiful. So yeah. What else? What else? I obviously this is the capital. I think more of the locals here speak English than in Thailand, in Pattaya at least. That's my experience. Or they speak better English. But yeah, I did not have any problems communicating with people in Pattaya either. You just use Google Translate. In terms of weather, I think it's pretty similar. It seems a little hotter here at night than in Pattaya, and it actually rains. It actually rains, but it's short and heavy, so it's not really bothering. Yeah. Then places to rent, or like how much the rent would cost. It's definitely more expensive here, and not just rent, the food as well is definitely more expensive here. And yeah, I think that's all I can think of right now. One thing, just as a suggestion, or not as a suggestion, because who am I making the suggestion to? But just one thing I would really like uh, here in the city, or not in the city, but where I'm at, in the whole area, I would love to have garbage, or like trash bins, or places to put the trash. It's so incredibly difficult to find anything, or like any bin to throw the trash. It's incredibly difficult. It's a quest to find a place to throw the trash. However, that being said, it might be just me, but I'm pretty sure it's not, because I asked people around, and some of them did not know, and some of them, they like pointed me. I had to go straight, then left, then right, then straight, then take the next right, and then you'll find a bin to throw the trash. So I don't think it's just me. But that being said, I do not, from my little experience over here, the city is clean. The city is clean. But some more trash bins or bins in general for people to put the trash, like on the street, when you're in the street, man, that would be so great. That would be so great. But yeah, that's kind of like what I can think of. If you want me to make another video talking about other aspects, let me know. I don't. Yeah, that's it. That's all I can think of. Let me know if you want my opinion on other things. As I said, my opinion, and I think everyone's opinion is the same. Obviously, it's limited to what they've experienced. This is what I've experienced. This is obviously based on my experience. But let me know if you want me to touch on other aspects. Talk to you soon.